So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is probably the most luxurious GAC I ever toured so far. So I'd like to thank again GAC Alabang, Auto Icon, and Sir Nino Rico. His contact details will be right here. And I'd like to thank him. I even forgot to mention that he invited me to the launch of this all-new GAC Empow. I already toured it. And this all-new GAC GS8. So this is the only variant here in the Philippines. It only comes at a 4x2 variant. So a lot of inquiries already with the 4x4 variant. At least they're still ramping up with sales with this GS8. But no surprise with that because I already did my entire shoots with the interior and the exterior of this. This is one of the probably most affordable luxury cars you can possibly buy. So, start here at the front. I love this ink seal green color. It looks similar to my car, a Peugeot 5008 and the Geely Okavango. But the most striking feature with this GS8 is the headlights here and the grille over here. It is a large piece, as you can see, and there's a camera right here below the badge for your 360-degree camera. Why is there a man here? And the ground clearance itself is more or less around 170 millimeters and above. There's no official figures, by the way. No surprise again, like with the Empow I toured earlier. All the vents here are real. They all function. Good start already. And there's a lot of chrome here too within the grille, so it shouts more of the luxury side of things. So, as well, more creases and character lines here on the engine hood itself. So, speaking of the engine, let's talk about that now. Oh yeah, too, with the side mirror, there's a lot of chrome underneath. And there's more cameras here, again, for your 360-degree camera. And like with the GAC Empow, you have to pull the latch twice, like a BMW too. So, this GS8 has something similar with a BMW X7. We'll get to that in a bit. So, powering this behemoth of the GS8, you have gas struts too. So this is an upgraded unit from the previous GS8 too. So it's the same motor. It's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine but with more power and torque now. So this one comes out at 248 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. So yeah, as you can see, the engine sits really low in the engine bay. So it's really fancy to see a GAC with gas struts. On the side profile of the all-new GS8, it is a muscular and a boxy look. There's also a lot of chrome here on the D-pillar. And the cladding is not too OA. It's just the right amount. There's also chrome on it too. And the biggest surprise to me for this GS8, you have 20-inch wheels. They don't look special. They look like every other GAC motors, but it's fine. So here now at the rear, probably my favorite part with this GS8 because it's so boxy, as you can see. And look how tall this car is. It's already taller than me. So you have LED taillights too here, exhaust with surrounds on it, and an electronic tailgate. I did not open that. You can open the tailgate within the infotainment system. So you have an understorage here, 12-volt socket with a grocery hook here on the left side, and then LED light on the right side. So the best part for this GS8 for me is how you fold down and pull up again the third row. Look at this. It's just a strap. So you just pull it like that and just push it. This is probably the easiest mechanisms I've ever encountered for any 3-row SUV. So this is the space now with the third row down. I forgot to show you. This is the space with all of the seats up. So as well, folding down all of the seats. Now there's no official figure, but it is very spacious. So I assume with all of the seats down, you have around 2,000 liters of space. And again, as you can see, pulling up the third row is very easy. Just pull this, but you have to put your other hand here to put it in place. This is so cool. I never encountered anything like this in a 3-row SUV. So that's about it with the engine, the exterior, and the boot of this all-new GS8. I'll show you the interior, where it gets a little bit more crazier. This is the interior of the all-new GAC GS8. Call me crazy, this door sounds very similar to Mercedes. It's that good. So, open this up. Oh yeah, by the way, if you can see earlier in the engine shots in the engine bay, I found the turbocharged 4-cylinder engine really smooth. So I was touching the cover, it wasn't shuddering that much. Not surprising there for considering this is already a luxury car. So this is the interior of the all-new GS8. Look at this. This is nuts. So what I mentioned earlier, this has something in common with a BMW X7, is this crystal shifter. Damn! I might be able to stop looking at that because it looks pretty cool, I gotta say. I might get carried away. So the biggest highlight here for this all-new GS8 is this 14.6-inch infotainment system. This is so crazy. Okay, watch. You can open the windows from here, right? Conventionally. So here, you can see all of the window functions here on the infotainment system. So click anywhere you want. It will open all. You can open all of the windows here in the infotainment system. I've never encountered a car with this feature. If not mistaken, maybe in the hierarchy of upper Mercedes and BMWs, I have to say. And as well, there's ambient lighting here. I hope you can see this GS8 logo here in the dashboard. It is pretty beautiful too. Oh my god, you can fold the mirrors here too. Oh, this is nuts. This is incredible, guys. For at this price point, we'll get to that in a bit. This is really one of the most value-packed luxury cars I've ever encountered so far. So as well, you have a 360-degree camera. Alright, this is the best quality I've ever encountered in any camera of a GAC vehicle. And then here in the middle, you have an instrument cluster. Okay, this is the biggest nitpick I have. The screen is too small. I was expecting something as big like with the Empow that had a very big instrument cluster along with a big infotainment system. So I wish that was a little bit bigger, and they're just two displays only. So here in the steering wheel, yet again looks very similar to a Mercedes. I would say very similar to a Mercedes GLA steering wheel. Okay, first impression, the steering's so light. So I can't wait to drive this too. So test drive of this coming soon too. So here on the left side of the steering wheel, you have your adjustments for the instrument cluster. And then you have a button here for your adaptive cruise control. And on the right side, you have your phone connectivity button, voice commands, and your volume control button. So here now the door card. A lot of soft materials here with leather here for your elbows, and there's a lot of silver trims here around in the door handle and for your window switches. And then you have cubby spaces and bottle holders on each side of the door. Getting my big water jug in is a little bit of a tight squeeze, but hey, at least it fits. And another special thing with this GS8, you have paddle shifters. They're plastic, but hey, it's fine. It's very similar to base Mercedes paddle shifters. They're just plastic too. So here on the left side, you have your air conditioning vents, headlight leveler adjustments, fuel filler cap button, and a button for your electronic tailgate. Sadly, there's still a blank button here, even though this is already near top of the line model. And there's an extra storage here for your coins. And below the infotainment system, you have two air conditioning vents and then few buttons only. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this still has Apple CarPlay only. There's still no Android Auto, sadly. And then here in the center console itself, going back here, gloss black is as well kept to a minimum. Then cup holders here. There's one small one, and then there's one big one with plastic grips. And then you have a wireless charging pad here. You can fit 2.5 phones, Vivo Y11s by the way. And then here in the center console box, okay, it's pretty deep too. There's also a place here to charge your key fob. And then glove box. Okay, it's pretty small. There's an LED light, but it's wide enough. And then above here, you have your LED lights, controls for your sunroof. This is probably as well one of the biggest sunroofs I've ever encountered too. And then visor, vanity mirror with light. Now don't extend, but I mean it's already covering my eyes at least in case there's sun coming here at the side. Okay, pretty good. Ceiling, okay, feels pretty good too. And you have leather seats as well here. I will show you in the back because these are all covered in plastic. Not much bolstering, very similar with the GAC Empow too. So that's about it here in front of the all-new GS8. I'll show you the rears, the second row. I forgot this was a 3-row SUV. So this is now the second row of the all-new GS8. Door tag check. Sounds of... it's so good, sorry. So another highlight of this GS8, look at how much light there is since the sunroof is open, is the space here. Among one of the most spacious SUVs I've tried. The space in here is excellent throughout. Even though I'm 5'4" and there's a sunroof, that's my headroom. Again, here in the door card, pretty similar. As well, there's ambient light here on the door. I forgot to mention that. You can change it there. Again, in the infotainment system. More of the silver trims here and there. Cubby spaces and cup holders. Fits my big water jug. Again, surprisingly, it's easier to put them in here in the back rather in front. Anyway, you have two map pockets, two on each side, and these are the leather seats now of the GS8. Same applies to the front, but since this is not covered in plastic, it's pretty damn comfortable. Even though I mentioned the Empow and this don't have much bolstering in front, they're so nice to sit in at least. Oh, I just saw you have LED lights here and an air conditioning vent above here. So as well here in the middle, central armrest, pretty solid too. It's really wide. There's flimsy grips around it. Okay, my water jug doesn't go all the way in, but surprisingly it holds it in place. And in the middle, you have your air conditioning controls, two USB ports, and a cubby space. Oh, fits my phone perfectly. Alright, didn't expect that. Well, until here only. And then if I sit here in the middle, no issue. There's no transmission tunnel in the middle too. You can sit 4 people here if needed only. I think you can even sit 5 of me since I'm so skinny. Right, so that's the second row done. Last but not least, the third row. So here now in the third row of the GS8, headroom, oh, pretty decent too. And then the feet and knee room is as well pretty decent. I'm very happy to sit here in the third row for longer journeys. You can sit a third person here if needed only, but it's best for 2 people here only in the back. Not much amenities here. You have LED lights again here, along with 2 more air conditioning vents here, and then you have 2 cup holders on each side. Easily fits my big water jug. So the pricing of this GS8, one variant only. Remember, this one costs 2,398,000 pesos. Where can you get anything at that price point with this much tech? It's so good. Test drive video of this coming real soon, along with the GAC Empow. So yet again, thank you everyone involved in this GAC walk-around reviews. So I'd like to thank Auto Icon, GAC Motors Alabang, Sir Nino, Rico. I'll flash his contact details here again. And as well, you may like his Facebook along with Miss Krissy. So hope you guys like and subscribe. And remember, I will see you very very soon with the test drives of both this GS8 and the GAC Empow. Bye-bye.